Hello, Verblingites. Hello, Verblingites. My name is Holly, and I am here to work with you on informal emails. How comfortable are you writing emails in English? That is the topic of this class today. So we will be looking at at an email conversation. We'll be basically we'll go through a worksheet, and let me show you real quick what the worksheet is. We will go through it in informal emails. We will look through a worksheet, talk about the language that's in this email, and then we will look at the language and think of other words and phrases. We'll practice, possibly, and then by the end, we are going to write some emails together in class. We'll basically, together, we'll write them together. So that is the situation. So, okay. All right, Anna, apparently a lot of people are not able to get into the class right now. I'm not sure why. So apparently it's a system issue. So anyway, hi Elias. How are you today? Can you hear me? Elias? Can you hear me?
Hi, teacher. Hi
Oh,
again.
good. At first you didn't answer, and so I thought, oh no, he can't hear me. So, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. I would like to thank you for the previous class. It was so interesting and so useful
Good, I'm
and,
glad.
and informative. Thank you for your efforts.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's nice to hear that people learn something, especially with your guy at intermediate to advanced level of English. It's more difficult to find things that people actually things that are useful and that people need to don't haven't already studied. So thank you. Yeah. So how many languages can you speak? I think you already told me this, but
I can speak four languages
and
regardless to the
it's
dialect.
oh, could you write down the dialects?
The Moroccan dialect.
Yeah. What's it called?
The Moroccan Darija. The Moroccan dialect is a mix of French, some Spanish words. It's
Uh-huh.
a mix.
So it's a mixture of the Moroccan dialect. Okay. But is there a name for it? What is it called? Like say for example, Ahmaric. Is it it's
Darija.
Darija. Darija. Okay. I actually worked with a bunch of linguists 2 years ago. I was. Have you ever heard of item writing?
Item writing.
Yeah, I was an item writer, and what I did was I worked with like I worked with some people from Egypt who are like yourself, are freelance translators, and they translated articles from Amharic, which is a language in
Amharic.
Amharic, which is language in Egypt. They translated from Amharic into English, and then I took the English and I wrote language tests. test questions, and then after that, so then after that, what would happen is the test taker would read the original Amharic, but they would take the test in English, the English test. So
Amharic, you mean the ancient language?
I'm not sure what it is. It's a language in Egypt. No, it's not. Is it? It's not Egypt. I was thinking it was Egypt. It's not Egypt. It's what are some other countries in northern Europe, northern Africa?
Algeria, Libya, Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt,
No,
and the north.
it's an African language. I know that, but it's close to Egypt. I need to look.
Uh,
No, because
Sudan?
I maybe Sudan. Let me really Google that. I all this time I've been saying it was Egypt, but it just dawned on me it's not. Let's see. What country do people speak Amharic? Ethiopia.
Ethiopia is in.
And,
Okay.
and is that in
It's far.
that's in Africa though, right?
But it's far from my country.
Yeah, it's not. It's on the other side, but yeah. But isn't it south of Egypt? Now let's look at an African map.
It's far from Egypt, but but they share the same river. I mean
Uh-huh.
The Nile River.
No, that's probably why I'm thinking that. Let's see map.
Because River, the Nile River passed. I think it passes along Egypt.
Yeah. I've got this map right in front of me. Let me quickly screen share this. Um, yeah, so it's Egypt, Sudan, Ethiopia. I knew it wasn't down here, and I knew it wasn't here. But you're right there, right?
Yes, Morocco is near Europe.
Yeah,
Only
it's
40,
is
only,
it's not
only
this one.
40 kilometers.
Is it this one or this one? Is it between Libya and Algeria, or is it
Morocco,
next to Spain?
Morocco is bordered by Spain in the north,
Okay,
and
so it's
Algeria in the east, and
it's
Mauritania in the south.
okay. This one right here. Okay. Um, I this is the since I've not been to this area, I haven't had as many. I don't have it together. As an American, I'm actually quite very good at geography, but I have not as good as I should be. So I do know this country though. Do you know what country this is?
I
Under
don't see
under Mali and Niger.
Mali in Niger, yes.
It's just south of that, between Mali and Niger. It's Burkina Faso.
I don't know these areas,
Oh, you don't?
but
Okay.
I don't know where they are located, but I know them. I know
Uh-huh.
Mali, I know Burkina Faso, I know
Uh-huh.
Niger, but I don't know where they are exactly located.
Uh-huh. When I first started teaching online, I worked with some people from Burkina Faso. It was really quite
I
uh,
think that is
good
French.
experience.
I think they speak French.
I think so, or some type of dialect of French. But I was working with a company up in Canada, and they uh, and the Canada company up in Canada, of course, speaks French. So I think it was a French-speaking situation. We had, I think it was two teachers. There was myself and a teacher from the Isle of Man, and I was in Finland. And we had the virtual classroom, and there was 20 students, and they all had there was one computer. and they had a big screen, and they had the one computer. So it was a very interesting interesting virtual class. So so anyway, I wonder, is anybody else having problems getting in? Maybe. Anyway, let's go. Let's start on the lesson. Today we're going to go over informal emails. And Elias, do you write very much in English?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I am good at writing.
Okay. Good. Then we can let's try to make this more advanced, because this lesson is actually a
Because
pre-intermediate.
I am good at formal writing,
Oh,
at academic
formal.
writing,
Okay, but not
at
necessarily
academic
informal.
writing.
Okay. Is that
No,
normally what you translate as academic?
yes,
Yeah. And what languages to what
because
language?
I studied the translation to the university.
Excuse me? Say that.
Because when I was studying, because I when I studied in the university, I had a subject. It's called the translation. So I studied translation in the university
Uh-huh. Okay. So you studied translation from English
from
into
Arabic into
English?
English, from Arabic into English, and English
Uh-huh.
into Arabic.
Okay. Okay, so that would be why you're quite good at English. So, okay.
We hope so.
Yeah.
We hope
But
so.
but you know, if you don't use it, you lose it. Have you used that heard that
Yeah.
um and
In the
many of my
in
friends
the
in
past, in the past, I used to have a good English,
uh-huh.
but when I read, I remember. For example, when I read words, I remember them.
Uh-huh. So is your learning style visual? Are you a visual learning style? Have you heard of that?
What, what do you, I like reading. I like
Uh-huh.
books.
Well,
But
have you heard of learning styles?
no. What
Yeah,
do you
let me.
mean by style?
Well, this is a theory that in that I learned in graduate school. Okay, that basically everyone has learning styles. Um,
You
and
mean
there's
teacher the methodology.
yeah, that basically some people learn by visual, which is by seeing, and reading. Some people learn auditory, which is speaking and listening. And some people learn it's called kinesthetic, which is what is it? Learn by doing, touching, and so children who are kinesthetic learners are the ones that need to jump up and down, and they need to touch the item and things like that. And then an auditory learner, which this is the way I learn. I learn by speaking and listening. And then visual learners are usually the ones that are best in school because they learn by reading. So, um,
I'm both. I'm
yeah.
visual auditory.
So you're a visual learner. So you have to see it
And
to remember it. Eh,
no, what I do is I read the word and I write it down
uh-huh.
in order not to forget it about
Uh,
it. So
uh-huh.
the best way I use is writing words.
Uh-huh. So you have to write it, that's part of kinesthetic and a little bit of visual. So you see it, then write it. And for me, I have to speak it, hear it, speak it, say it. Hear it and speak it. How about you, Ake? What kind of learner are you?
Me, probably auditory.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Okay. So you have to
reading and
actually,
listening. Mhm.
yeah, so you have to actually use the language in order to do that. And
Yes.
And there was a theory when I was in graduate school, and I put in my thesis actually that um, teachers who have a specific learning style
Mhm.
will actually teach their classes based on their learning style. So if you're a
Mhm.
visual learner
Mhm.
and you're in a class that's an auditory class, you have a more difficult time understanding and a
Mhm.
difficult time learning. So
Mhm.
teachers should try to do every kind of the learning style. You should allow people to speak and listen, allow people to read, and give everybody the same amount of, because we all learn differently. So you can't cater to just
Mhm.
one style. So okay.
The
So what
best
we're gonna
thing, teacher, the
yes.
best thing is human have potential to store information.
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
So if the brain's not working,
yeah.
then so what we're going to do now is we're going to systematically go through emails. First of all, we have an email here that we're going to that we need to actually put the emails in order. It's a conversation. There's an email conversation below, and we're going to put this in order. And then after that, we're going to go look at some useful expressions, and then from that we will practice. So. So, okay, so that's basically what we will do. And then at the end, if there's time, we are going to write an email together. We'll each of us will write one sentence. So that should be fun, actually. So, okay. So first of all, let's go ahead and read these emails, and then we're going to try to put them together. Okay. So the first one, Elias, could you read the first one?
It's on Saturday evening. We are all going to meet at Blue Tokyo at 8 p.m. It's a new Japanese restaurant on Richmond Street. I'm attaching a map. Jack.
Okay, thank you. And okay, could you read the next one?
Hi Emma, I hope all is well. I just wanted to ask you, are you coming to John's birthday party next weekend? Let me know. Regards, Jack.
Okay, Elias.
Great, great, great. So, see you on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. And okay,
Okay. Hey Jack, it's good to hear from you. Yes, I'd love to come. When exactly is it? Thanks, Emma.
Sounds
okay,
good. Any plans for later, Emma?
and okay,
Yes, after that, we'll probably go dancing somewhere, so make sure that you sleep well on Friday.
okay. So if you've noticed that the first email we've got right here. Hi Emma, I hope all is well. I just wanted to ask you, are you coming to John's birthday party next weekend? Let me know. Regards, Jack. And so uh, um, so basically, so basically, he started the email with the opening phrase, and he ended it with an ending, a closing right here. But as the emails progressed, and it was a conversation, it didn't have those the beginnings and endings. Can anybody suggest why that would be the case? Why this first one is a little bit more formal?
Maybe at the beginning, people tend to, how can I say, it's some icebreaker. Gradually, people come to tend to be more casual than the start point.
Mm-hmm. How I saw it is that yeah, in the beginning people can be towards the end they can be more casual and so forth. But how I like to explain it is I'm gonna get on camera for a second. When you first meet somebody and when you first see somebody in the virtual classroom or in the morning, say for example you go to work in the morning and you see somebody you haven't seen in a long time, what do you say? Usually you say, "Hi, let's have a quick conversation." Okay, okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, okay, how are you doing?
Yes. Hello, Holly. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while. So, did you have a good weekend?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
How about you?
excellent, excellent. Well, I'll see you later.
See you later.
Okay, okay. Now, 20 minutes later, I run into you in a meeting. Do I have the same conversation?
No.
So that's the same as in an informal email. You usually start out the same as we do in conversation or small talk because we'll have a small talk in the beginning, but then the next time you see the person, it will basically be whatever it is that we're talking about. Or whatever the topic is. We won't go through how is your email. That is this exact same kind of idea when you have an email conversation in English. So the first emails are always hi Emma, regards, and you have both the first name and the last name. As we progress, we no longer have that. It kind of because we're not going to start the formalities over again. So, okay. So we know that this is the first email. Can anybody figure out what the second email would be?
Hi and hey, Jack.
Yeah, so it would actually be this one. Hey Jack, it's good to hear from you. Yes, I'd love to come. When exactly is it? So she invited you and he invited her. Now she's saying absolutely. Absolutely, I want to come. So this is number 2. Okay, what do you think based on the progression of the texts? Elias, do you have any idea what would be what it would be next?
أتأخر اسمك. What was the question?
Yeah, what is the
Uh,
third email?
A.
Okay, so the third email he's asking the question and it's a new Japanese restaurant on Richmond Street. I'm attaching a map, okay? Again here he didn't say hey Emma, but he did say Jack here. Right? Where she actually put, "Hey Jack, thanks Emma." Now he's just answering the question and not doing the formality that we started in the beginning, right? So next one, what is the next email? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Could you see the last part of the last email?
Yeah, the last part.
Oh, yeah. Could you show me? Uh, Japanese restaurant. I'm attaching a map. Uh, and scroll down. Could you scroll down?
I sure can.
Let's see on the sounds good. Yeah, maybe sounds good. Any plans for later?
Yeah, so this is her second email. So she's responded by saying she didn't end with start with a "Hey Jack," but she did end with her name. Now the next progression is not even using your name, even your name or their name. So it's one of these. So, Elias, I'm sorry, I'm getting your name mixed up. So, Elias.
Yes, teacher.
So what is the next email?
Any plus for later?
That's number 4. That is, what's the one after this one?
Sound good? Any plus later, Emma.
Okay, what's after that one?
F.
F. Okay. So yes, after that we'll probably go dancing somewhere, and then the final one is this one. So you see the progression from informal? They started out a little informal, but still a little formal. They started out both of their emails, "Hi Emma, hey Jack, thanks Emma, regards Jack." But then it's slowly progressed to just one line. Now, is it like that in your languages?
Same.
It's the same. Is it the same also, Elias, in your language?
It's universal feature. It's universal.
Uh-huh. Yep. Good.
What applies to you applies to us.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So in English, also hi is a very, very an informal email. If you sent an email that started out with "Dear Emma," is that formal or informal?
Formal.
It is. Okay, it is formal. And some countries have a very difficult time with using the word dear because of their native language and what dear means. Dear means. But in English, the formal, it's almost always dear. Okay. What are some other endings besides regards? Regards is actually quite...
Take care.
Uh-huh. Take care. Anything else?
Best wishes.
Yeah.
Too formal?
For an American, it is.
Okay.
British, it isn't. Okay. Now, one difference between American English and British English. I think you were in this class earlier when we went over email style, right? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference between American English and British English when it comes to?
Teacher, in linguistics, it's called the difference lies in the register.
Yeah,
For
it
example,
does.
uh,
Uh-huh.
according to linguists, in linguistics, it's called the difference in register.
Mm-hmm.
Register.
Yes, I agree with you totally.
For
But there's.
example,
Uh-huh.
look at elevator, lorry, and truck.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but also there's one, and when it comes to writing, there's another difference between American English and British English.
Yeah. For example, like color, color with you in the American writes color without you,
Mm-hmm.
COL, and the English or British write it with you, color.
Yeah, it's spelling is one difference, but when it comes to actual writing endings, the openings and closings of emails and letters, the difference is Americans will write "Hi Emma," exactly like that, how that was written, and British will write "Hi Emma" with no. And the difference here is there's a punctuation mark in American English and not in British English. So that is one of the differences. And also in the closings as well. The British will say thanks without a punctuation mark. And also in, for example, the difference between Mr. and this is American English and this is British English. They won't use the period here, or I can't remember, the full stop here. With Mr. and Mrs. It's just a difference in between American English and British English. So, and Americans just put more punctuation. So it's spelling, but also punctuation as well. So, okay, now study the expressions below. They are all used in the emails. Okay, so greeting, hi, hey, Any other ones we can use?
Hello.
Hello, that's a real common one. Anything else? Okay, and see. Hi, hey, hello. Those are the main ones. Sometimes you could just use the first name.
Mhm.
Just use the first name. Holly, comma.
Mhm.
Um,
How about saying too holy?
no. That
Oh,
would
okay.
that would be kind of that you would put, for example, to Holly on a gift.
Gift. Okay.
But on a letter or email, that would definitely
Mhm.
not be appropriate. But just Holly, first name, right there. Or you would never. Well, of course, you wouldn't put like Miss Smith without another greeting.
Mhm.
So, a reason for writing. I just wanted to ask you. Can you think of some other phrases here?
Uh,
You
I
mean
just want,
informal?
go ahead.
Elias, you can go.
Do
Elias,
you mean formal or formal English?
informal.
Informal.
I just want to confirm this.
Um, yeah, I just want to confirm. Just want to confirm. Um, and then dot 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 means the sentence will continue. Um, how about this one? I'm writing because.
Mhm.
I am typing.
Hmm. I'm typing. Mm, maybe we would use that. Probably not, though. It's not normal to use I'm typing for that reason.
Or I am using the keyboard.
No. No, but the reason for writing, I wanted to ask you, want to confirm, I'm writing because I want to tell you.
The aim of this letter, but it's formal.
No, that's very formal. Um, basically, we for informal emails, we write like we talk. Um, and
I want I want to tell you.
I want to tell you, yeah, you would say that. And there are people that actually do that. They might actually write, I wanna, I wanna tell you. Some people might. It really depends on the person who's writing. Um, I want to tell you would drive me crazy if people actually wrote that, or you know using, like, for example, you guys know what that means as a closing in an email.
No,
Okay, the first one means later.
Mhm.
The other one is talk to you later. So
you mean abbreviation?
yeah, it's abbreviations, but it's kind of like slang abbreviations. So it's how people text. A lot of people, especially young people, they write like they text. Which is, LOL, those kind of things, which I think are very inappropriate in an email, even if it's. But that's my personal
Probably
opinion.
it's used more on the kind of text message than the email
Yeah.
from computer. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it depends on your age. if you're if you're in your early 20s and you're what, have you guys heard of the term digital native?
Yes.
You're a digital native, aren't you? Okay.
No.
No,
No.
you're not. Okay.
Not at all.
That's right. You're not. You were okay. You told me your age. But if you're a digital native, you're gonna see a lot of people in their 20s, or we call them also millennials.
Mhm.
Millennials. I no, that's not spelled right. Millennials. Is that right? Anyway, people who were born at a certain time.
Mhm.
Maybe this will give me the right spelling.
Millennium, probably.
Millennials. I don't know how to spell it. The spelling is wrong. But the millennials, these are people that were between 15 and 30 right now, and a lot of them were raised texting, so they don't really know not to use that. So you can tell by a person's age by whether they use that kind of slang or not. So, okay, pleasantries. I hope all is well. It's good to hear from you. Are there any other phrases you could say for pleasantries?
It's great to hear from you.
Okay, it's great to hear from you. Any others?
Happy, nice to hear from you.
So it's nice to hear from you. What I usually write, I usually write this even with Verbling students who send me a message. I always say thank you. Thank you for your email or message. And then that's pretty much a standard for me to actually write. Okay, showing interest. Sounds good, great. Any other phrases you can think of?
Awesome.
Awesome, yes. Okay.
Marvelous.
Marvelous.
No?
Okay, well, I spelled that wrong. Marvelous. I'm in. Have you heard that one before?
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in the party or something.
Yeah.
What do you mean to be in?
It means that you've been invited to somewhere and you just say, I'm in, and count me in. Another thing we can say is count me in.
You mean to...
Whatever the person is. So say, for example, you've been invited to you have been invited to join a band. And your response is, okay, I'm in.
Teacher, this expression put me in.
Put me in. You can use that one too. Put me in, but
means count me in.
Count me in, yeah. Count me in. Put me in. But you could also just say, I'm in. I'm in. So, for example, my mom this morning, she got a text message from her daughter-in-law, and what her daughter-in-law said was, I have 4 free tickets. So she said, so I have 4 free tickets. To a concert this evening. And then she basically said, whoever contacts me first can have them.
Your mom said count me in.
She did.
I am in.
She called her and said, I'm in. And so and then she came to me and she said, Holly, will you drive us? So I took my mom and her husband to a free concert this evening. And they had a wonderful time. So I was in a concert full of 60 plus people who were over 60, 20, 30 years older than me. So
Teacher, the opposite is count me out or
yeah, you can say I'm out.
Single me out.
You can say
single
that
me
exactly.
out.
Yep. Well, single me out would not. Single me out is slightly different. I'm going to stop this real quick.
For example, in the classroom, the teacher single out his student.
Well,
to downly.
To single out means, say for example, you have 4 children, and 4 kids, right? And one child is if he gets singled out, it means that this child is being picked on or teased. They're calling this person and they're saying that's a bad person. The other 3 are fine. So to single someone out is actually can be very negative, or it can be positive. If you have a professor at university who decides you are the best student for this project, he singles you out. Does that make sense?
It means pick you up, choose
Yeah,
you.
pick you out, to single out. But it's not always positive to be singled out. Okay, with the children, it's not positive, but if your professor singles you out, it might be a very good thing. So it just depends on the situation. So, okay, attachments. I'm attaching. Can you guys think of anything else?
I I am enclosing.
I'm enclosing. Those are the only 2 ones, actually. There's really nothing else. Or I have attached, but that's more a formal. So, okay, call to action. Let me know. That one is common for me. Let me know.
Or keep me posted, keep me informed, but informal.
Keep me posted is very good. Keep me informed. Yeah.
Another another phrasal verb. I don't remember now.
How
Oh,
about keep in touch?
keep in touch. Well, that's a call to action. You can do that. Yeah. Keep in touch. Keep in touch. Call me.
Uh,
Call me
or,
if you need anything.
or let's be on the ball. Let's be in the know. No,
In the know. Um,
to be on the ball. To be in the know.
in the know. Is this what you mean? In the know.
It's like yes.
Yeah. To
It's like
be
to be on the ball.
uh, to be in the know actually means to be knowledgeable. Knowledgeable. So you can actually say, keep me. You can say this. It's not very It's not very common, but you can't. You can write, keep me in the know. Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that one because it's not common, at least not in my world. So, okay. Now we've got the signature or the closing. Another word we call it is the closing, and we might call this the opening actually. Okay, for the closing, we have
Okay.
regards, take care, thanks. Can you guys think of any other closings?
See you later.
Later,
See you soon.
see you soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, we wouldn't use that in an email.
No?
No, this is what I use for informal and formal emails. All the best.
How about best regards?
Best regards, yeah. And in fact, in one country that I used to teach in, Finland, for those of you who hear me talk about it, this is very common. And they also do this one.
I've heard regards sounds very business-like, but it can be used in a informal letter like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I guess you weren't in that class. I thought you were. Okay. There was a class I went over a lot of the openings and closings, but in American English, we consider regards formal or best regards formal. In British English, they consider regards informal. So it really really depends. Kind regards down here, we would not consider that. The British people would not consider that very formal. I would consider it formal. So the Americans on a whole are a lot more informal, and especially in writing, than British are. Now it may have changed because of the new generation that is coming up, the digital natives and stuff like that. But traditionally, the Americans are more informal than British are. So, okay, and I
How
think
greet
yes.
at the beginning of the mail. Sometimes I ask, how are you or how have you lately at the
Uh-huh.
beginning of the email, but it's not necessary.
It's well, it's a for some countries and for some people, it's like breaking the ice.
Mhm.
As and but it's not usually the very first email in the conversation. Yeah, you would say something like, you probably wouldn't say how are you, might say how are things, or you might mention something, like if the person just took a vacation and they went to Busan, for example, you might say, how was your trip to Busan? Or hope you had a good trip to Busan. So just what this lesson is calling pleasantries.
Okay.
Usually just one line, um, but don't force it. Do you know what I mean by that?
Mhm.
Um,
Maybe just a greeting, not persistently
yeah.
asking.
Um,
Mhm.
I have an example. In Finland, for example, they usually skip the pleasantries. Okay, so it is
Mhm.
something that all teachers teach, that it's very important to have some type of pleasantry in an email. Okay,
Mhm.
so I was getting an email from one of the secretaries in a different office from me,
Mhm.
and every single email that she wrote me, even after the first one,
Mhm.
she would use the pleasantries.
Mm.
Hi,
Okay.
Holly, how are you? And then she would say something about weather, because in Finland, weather is a big thing. And it would always, if and I would get another email from her a day later, and it would be the same thing, and it was on the same issue, so it was in the same conversation.
Maybe copy and paste.
Possibly, possibly. So I would not be surprised if she did do that. It was interesting. I remember I actually um, was in a meeting with her maybe 6 or 8 months later, and we were talking about emails, and then she kind of got it. She was like, "Oh, but many people hear that using pleasantries in English is really important. So because of that, they force it, and it's not natural." Just like
Mhm.
another thing that people force is they try to force idioms. Okay, so as native speakers of English, we use a lot of idioms, right? You guys are
Mhm.
learning idioms all the time, and you're going, oh, how do I use these? Okay, so if you try to force it and you try to use it because you memorized it,
Mhm.
it's going to sound, it's not going to sound natural. It's going to
Mhm.
sound strange to the person who hears it. But if you just keep learning the idioms, and so that you can communicate uh, with a native speaker, and once you keep learning the idioms, but you don't try to use them, eventually the idioms will come out naturally. You haven't forced it, and it will sound good.
Mhm.
So, but I actually wrote a paper about that it was a review when I was in graduate school about idioms and how, yes, we should teach it. No, we don't encourage people to use it. So,
Mhm.
because it doesn't sound very good. Okay, so let's go ahead and complete the emails below with suitable vocabulary. And more than one answer is possible because this is writing. Okay, so email 1A. Anyone?
Hi, Mario.
Hi, Mario. Okay. Elias, are you here?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. What is your next sentence? Hi, Mario, and then
I want just to ask you.
Uh-huh. I would just
I wanna.
I want to ask you. Okay. I want to ask you. Okay. I want to ask you a question. Maybe I want to ask you a question, or I want to ask you something. Let's make this informal. I want to ask you something, and I just.
Or I have a request for
Uh-huh.
no.
Yeah. I mean,
I have a request.
I want to ask you something, or I have a question. Or yeah, also Mario, not Mario, Elias, you can use a pleasantry. Maybe instead of I want to ask you something, you can say, hope all is well. Okay. I want to ask you something. I need a new smartphone, but I can't decide which model to buy. What do you think? So you really need maybe a pleasantry. Maybe hope all is well. Then I want to ask you something, or can I ask you a question? Can I get some advice? Maybe. Okay, next one. Hi, Philip. Okay, what would you put here?
Thank you for the email.
Yes. Oops. And there's not enough room on here to write on these. Thank you for the email. Well, as you know, I'm an Apple fan, so I recommend the new iPhone. It's got everything you need. Hope that helps. And what would you put here? Elias, what would you put here?
That's help. Thank you.
Thanks or thank you. We'll put thanks because that's more informal. Okay. I would actually put later is what I would put. Okay. In your opinion, you guys, do you have any opinion about the iPhone 6?
No.
I heard one article. It's easily broke if you pressure on it.
Mm-hmm.
Hold.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe wait and see.
I saw a picture on Facebook that it bent.
Okay.
You know that it doesn't. I'm gonna wait till like 6.5. So hey Sylvia.
Sylvia, question. What's up? Is it proper?
Maybe did you know?
Did you know? Okay.
Or let's look at the exercise. Let's look at these. How are things? Or what's up? Yeah. Let's do what's up. And this one. I'm gonna put this one. Have you heard? Tony is now a married man. Elias, what would you put in the next section? Any suggestions? Okay. Do you have any
Okay.
suggestions?
I'm attaching some pictures.
I'm attaching, yes. Attaching some pictures of the wedding. Take care, Alessio. Hi,
Or the
Alessio.
following.
Huh?
Or the following. Or the following are some picture. Oh, no.
Yeah, depending on how the email program is, the following are some pictures. Or here's another one. Here is a link of some pictures. Yeah, thank you. Next one. Hi, Alessio. Elias, could you suggest this phrase?
Hi, Alessio. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, but it's not to that person. So
But if Alessio is her sister or her brother or whatever, or his brother or sister.
that's true. It could be that. Okay, congratulations on your new sister-in-law. Okay, you're right. It's like when I hear that a woman has had a baby, I'll say congratulations to the parents and grandparents and the aunts and uncles, and it's okay. My response for this one was wow. Okay, what would you say?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my,
OMG.
OMG. um,
Awesome.
awesome. Yeah, that's my word. I there's two words I didn't know that I always say until I started teaching. I was teaching a group of 12-year-olds in Finland, and after every time anybody said anything, I would say excellent. And so after that, they would all start saying excellent, and then I hear myself always saying awesome. So those are my two favorite words, I think. Okay, so we have no time left. Oh, so just a few minutes. Maybe we can try. Okay. Um, okay, let's go to number 2. Your friend is having his 40th birthday. Send your best wishes. So what I thought we would do is together we would write an email, one line at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So my friend, who's my friend? Hi, Cindy. Okay, so that's my email. Hi, Cindy. So what would you guys say?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday? What else? Elias, do you have a suggestion? So Aka wrote, I put hi Cindy. He wrote happy birthday. Anything else?
Happy birthday. What, what is the topic of this email?
Yeah, the topic. Let me show it to you again. The topic is your friend is having his 40th birthday. Send your best wish. Oh, it's his 40th birthday. I need to change it.
Hi,
His.
old man.
Hi, old man.
I am kidding.
I know, but I wrote Cindy, and Cindy's not a male. Hi, Nick. Okay. Happy birthday. I heard you made it to the big 4-0. Congratulations.
What is 4-0?
Okay, I'm glad I wrote that actually. 50, 40, 40.
Oh.
5. So when a person makes it to that age, you can call it the 4-0 or the 5-0.
I see.
You know, it's the big 4-0. It really depends on how you use it. But if you hear somebody say that to you, oh, you've made it to the big 4-0, that means you've turned 40. And because we call the number, this number is either 0, 0, or 0.
Or 60, 70, no?
Yeah, 70. Hey, but usually if somebody is 70, maybe you wouldn't. I don't know if you would say that to them or not. My mom's husband is turning 80 this year. I might say that. Hey, you made it to the big 80. No, I don't think I'd do that because this is really with your mates, with your friends.
Especially women. Especially women. We don't like it that you mentioned the ages.
Yeah, women do not like it at all. I mean, I'm a woman. I like it. But I heard a joke today about
When
that.
I was studying in the past, when I was studying in the American Center, I was having a teacher who said to me, I, oh, I am over 21.
Yeah. Well, like I'm single, not married, no kids. I hate being called Miss. I absolutely hate being called Miss Holly. It just drives me crazy because I'm over 21. I'm over 30. But I heard a joke today. Let's see if it will translate, okay? Um, a lady in her 90s. Oh, well, the class is over. I have to go. I have somebody else calling me. Um, I'm sorry, I was just getting caught up. I'll come back. Ask me the joke about women's ages if you're
Okay.
taking another class with me.
Thank you very
Um,
much.
but I heard this really funny joke. So thank you. I hope you guys learned something and you got a lot out of it. And have a great
Thank you,
day.
teacher.
You
Thank you.
too.
Bye.
Bye.